the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. The action tonight at the Verizon Center as the Washington Wizards play against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, they'd like to play well to start this season series. They haven't forgotten how this team knocked them out in the first round last season. For a few seasons now, we've seen the Raptors find a lot of success in the regular season, but they really have trouble making a postseason run. Why is that, Jet?
Well, they rely a lot on their perimeter players, and that could be dangerous because sometimes, perimeter shots can be off. And then they really don't have a defensive stopper, Ernie.
We all know they play the up-tempo game, Ernie, but when it slows down in the postseason, it's harder for them to adjust. Until they learn how to adjust, they're always going to lose in the first or second round.
And now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan. Tip-off approaching. Thanks for joining us.
Check. I'm from where the cameras run. News cameras never come.
And how about that view? A beautiful night here in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. It's Saturday night and live on 2K Sports. We've got the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sideline. So glad you could join us here at the Verizon Center. It's the home of the Wizards in Washington, D.C. And, of course, Luis Scola need to find a way to overcome what he brought to this team.
What the trade means to me, guys, is they think some of their younger players are ready to spread their wings and take on a little more responsibility. They're going to get more minutes for those guys and allow them to see a little more playing time.
Clearly a forward-thinking deal, and even if his aren't the biggest shoes to fill, it still puts a lot of pressure on your young guys. And let's see if they're ready to fill that void.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for Toronto right now, Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Jared Sullinger. And it's Carroll in at the small forward position. I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMarre Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. I think he's found a home now.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Lowry with the block. Now running, there comes Lowry pushing the ball up. DeRozan's shot is good.
He'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
Wall against Lowry. Wall dishes to Beal. To the inside. Sullinger with the rebound. For Toronto, they come in off the loss to Cleveland.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense, or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
Now, here is Gortat, who's coming off a 13-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
And also 4 blocks. I mean, just an important factor on both ends.
Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. Sullinger with the bucket, getting it done inside. Sullinger's got his second basket.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
There's a screen by Gortat. Here's Beal, and he goes in for the dunk.
And that was Gortat. He usually scores, but that time set a nice screen.
Raptors leading by 4. Lowry with the ball. He really had an off game against the Cavaliers. Never got into his rhythm. Clock at 6. The Raptors rebound. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And for Sullinger last season, further indication, Clark, that he needs to keep working on his conditioning.
And that was a concern coming into the league with Jared, is just how committed would he be to working on his body all the time and maintaining the level of conditioning that he needs. And injuries have been a part of that not being the case, but when he's out there, he's capable.
First free throw is good.
And talking about Sullinger, you wonder if he's been in the right scheme for the past couple years. He's not a three-point shooter. He's a back-to-the-basket banger. You want proof? Only hit 28% from behind the arc last season, and that was his career high.
The free throw is good from Sullinger.
You know, on the topic of Sullinger, guys, he said publicly that people are doubting him. And he's right. I mean, until he gets in better shape and stays that way, there will always be questions surrounding that part of his game. Hopefully for him going forward, he can be more Duncan than D.I. in the way he treats his body.
Got a piece of it. Gorton with the steal. Lowry against Porter. Here's Beal. The quick look, no good that time. So for the Wizards, their last game, a win against the Celtics in Boston.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumping. There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Screen by Valanciunas. Wall against Lowry. Three-pointer. And again, Toronto no up. Wizards trail by 3. And Beal kicks to Wall. There's a screen by Gorton from the baseline. Wall's shot is off. The Raptors have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off.
And you can see he's got a little bounce in his step. 3 out of 4 to start.
Wizards have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. He dishes it to Porter. And there's the pass to Beal. And here's Wall outside. And again, Washington with the triple.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
Toronto's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Sullinger with a screen for DeRozan. Sullinger outside. There's the triple. Gorton with the defensive effort. Washington's gone 2-2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. That misses, and a chance to tie it there. Now running, there comes Lowry pushing the ball up. Got a piece of it, but they'll get another chance. Here's Carroll. Goes to the reverse layup and pops it in.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
Wizards trail by 4. Here's Wall. He picked up 12 points in their last one against the Celtics in Boston. Porter passes to Wall. Porter against Carroll. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And here we go. Pull-up jumper. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Carroll's got his second bucket of the night. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Raptors.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, also, though, they've done a good job of pounding the offensive glass for second chance points.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. And Joseph kicks to Powell. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That's his first foul.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
Here's Powell. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. 4 on the shot clock. No good from Ross.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Now here's Burke. He's tightly guarded. Nicholson dishes to Thornton. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup, and all those buzzer beaters from both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
Over the last month, let's see how the Toronto Raptors fared in the NBA rankings. 4th in second chance points, 5th in assists. And they're in the top 10 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals.
And you go back to their second chance points, very productive in that regard. I love to watch them work. They have that sixth sense, if you will, for sneaking inside and anticipating the path of the ball.
Morris kicks to Burke. On the wing, Thornton. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Thornton's got his first bucket of the night. Raptors leading by 4. Patterson, the screen. Shoots. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Wow, I'm surprised he took that shot, but he has a huge size disadvantage in that matchup. But tremendous job to knock that one down.
Now here's Burke. Looking for his first basket still in this one.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Powell, the pass to Joseph. Just 5 to shoot. Toronto needs to get off a shot. Thompson. Second chance shot. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got his first points in this one.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now, here is Morris. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That's foul number 2 for him. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Markieff Morris. Toronto leading by 6. Here's Powell. Rebound by Smith.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Deflects the pass. Here's Ross. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Let's take a look here at the numbers for Porter. How his last 10 games have gone. He's around 14 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things for the future.
All right, now, take a break, 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Toronto was a strong team on the road last season, Clark. A big part of why they came away with 49 wins on the season.
And 22 of those 49 wins were on the road. As a group, they managed to keep things close on the road. And because of that competitiveness, they were over 500 there as well.
And he makes both free throws.
And as you said, the Raptors kept things close on the road. In the NBA, they had one of the better point differential in terms of victories on the road last season.
And you mentioned this, I mean, with the Raptors. Only Golden State, Atlanta, and the Clippers had a better road margin of victory than them. Just goes to show you how tough the Raptors were on the road last season.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Well, last season, the Wizards fell off just a bit in the second half of the year. Still, Greg, very competitive at home.
Yeah, and their strong play at home helped them weather that storm, Kevin. I mean, they ended up going 29-12 here at the Verizon Center.
And here are the Raptors now. 6-point lead. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you know, that 29 wins mark at home for the Wizards, 3rd best in the East. That team really liked shooting the ball here, as they were a top 5 3-point percentage team in this building.
And really the driving factor for why Washington was so good at home was their defense. I mean, they would finish with the best field goal percentage against in the entire league in their home building. You don't think of the Wizards as a lockdown team, but in the Verizon Center, that's exactly what they were.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas. High basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
Now here's Porter, coming off a stellar performance against Boston. Here's Smith, and the layup's good off the glass. Smith's got his second bucket tonight.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
And going back to Patterson for just a moment, he's been lauded for his mature approach. Ever since high school in West Virginia, he was involved in a highly publicized recruiting battle between Florida and Kentucky, ultimately choosing the latter.
Yeah, and you know, the part of his game, Kevin, that he's really worked on is his ability to face up and shoot. Really starting to evolve into a guy that can space the floor, that space 4. And when he's hitting that jumper at a high percentage, I think his value to the team goes up exponentially.
Here's Patterson after the basket by Washington. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. In 4th, the Raptors.
And just having a terrific year on the offensive glass, it's because everybody buys in. Not just the big men, but even the guards are getting in on the end.
Now, here's Burke. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Joseph with the ball. Burke covering. Feeds to Ross. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Washington. Off to a great start this season, currently in 2nd. And, of course, Toronto, a couple spots below.
And when I look at Washington, they have hit the ground running this year. The work they did in the offseason has paid huge dividends right away.
Sure it has. I mean, they came out of the preseason with a real air of confidence. There may not have been many outsiders who believed in them, but now plenty of people do.
And the basket by Thornton. 1:03 left to play here in the first. Now here's Joseph. Burke covering. Joseph dishes to Ross. He kicks to Thompson. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's the floater. Nicholson grabs the board. And the Wizards with possession. They're on an 11-2 run. Burke kicks to Thornton. Over to the wing. The three. Burke can't get it to go. Toronto trailing. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. No good from Ross.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a target, even the shots in close.
Here's Joseph. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Shoots it up. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so the first quarter is in the books. Wizards lead by 4. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And DeMar DeRozan, star for this Toronto Raptors team, he said he wants to bring them back.
A lot of people never really pay no attention to the Raptors. They just look at the Raptors like another team, you know. So when I came, you know, I just wanted to bring that feeling back and the excitement that everybody had for the Raptors.
Let's face it, it's never easy for Toronto to get the attention that Clark, the U.S. teams get. That's just a fact of life that even Vince Carter at his best couldn't change.
And, you know, I don't even know if winning the championship would change that. Quite honestly, even if DeMar won the MVP. Just saying.
Yeah. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, they've gotten the three-pointer to fall tonight as well. That's equally as important.
So for Toronto right now, the star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Jared Sullinger is out there with Damari Carroll. And it's Valanciunas in at the center, locking down the middle. Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished. Struggled to handle the ball, freer than his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too. Yeah. But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the two. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
And he can't get the first one.
And, you know, getting back to DeRozan, he's put a spit shine on his offense. Over the past 2 seasons, averaged over 20 points a game, was also good for 3 or 4 assists, showing everybody how work ethic can overcome unrefined skills.
He hits the second from the line.
You know, for DeMar DeRozan, scary to think that he's still scratching the surface of his potential. Made his first All-Star appearance in 2014, was a little dinged up last year, but still very effective. No doubt he's the real deal.
Now, here is Morris. 9 points last game out. Lowry drives in. The feed to Sullinger. Here's Valanciunas, and the layup's good off the glass. Valanciunas has got 4 points this quarter.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And Beal kicks the wall. No good from outside. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's DeRozan. Court top with the block. They retain possession. Morris passes to Wall. Out left to the wing. Here's Mahimi. No good. Nice D from Valanciunas. Raptors with the lead. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on John Wall. Raptors have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. That's good from DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan hits them both.
And Toronto had a strong season against the East last year. They would end up with 33 wins against their own conference and earn that 4 seed in the East.
Now, here's Mahimi. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Boston.
And he also chipped in with a couple of blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
Just 3 to shoot. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there. And we've all seen how dominant Bradley Beal can be. The 3rd overall pick in the 2012 draft. He's already had a solid young career, but still plenty of room to grow.
Talking about Bradley Beal's potential, it's not just the shooting, it's also the passing, and you really don't think of him as a passer, but for such a young two-guard, he's extremely unselfish, averaged over 3 assists a game over the past 2 years.
And the true stars of our game feature versatility. And here's a guy that has also tremendous upside as a rebounder. I mean, how about getting 7 boards almost a game the 1 year he was in college? So he understands the importance of impacting other areas. I mean, last season he had his highest steals average of his career, and everything's upside with this young man. The sky's the limit.
Excellent play. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
And for Valanciunas last year, his offensive production was similar to the year before, but he cut down on his turnovers. He also raised his shooting percentage to a career-high 57%, and that, my friends, is improved efficiency.
And for those of you just joining us, in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Carroll against Morris. He feeds it to Wall.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
The Wizards with another miss.
You know, talking about Valanciunas, the light clearly went on last season. He was more assertive, refined his post game. The next step is to extend his shooting range so he can help space the floor on offense.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. There's a screen by Gorton. Morris into the lane, and Jared Sullinger picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Lowry brings the double. From deep, Wall.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backcourt.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
And there's the call on Marcin Gortat. That's his first foul. Gortat with the steal. Morris against Carroll. Beal dishes the Wall. Morris outside, takes a 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
And they swept this club in the regular season, but ended up falling to them in the playoffs.
Yeah, that just shows you never know how the regular season and playoff matchups are going to play out. I mean, Who knows how it plays out tonight? We'll watch and find out.
Here's Beal after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Here's Mahimi. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Here's Beal. And can't hit the shot. But they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. The thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. A quick, powerful athlete. Greg, high basketball IQ. Had the great teaching at Florida, carries it to the NBA. Opponents have to account for him, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, coming out of college, a lot of people compared him to Ray Allen. I mean, he possesses that next level smoothness and body control that's often indicative of a true difference maker.
Good on the second free throw.
And, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards went 8-9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers.
Now, here's Valanciunas. He's coming off a 13-point game against Cleveland.
And how about how opportunistic he was defensively? Steal after steal for him in that game just showed the quickness of his hands and anticipation. And when you talk about Bradley Beal, it's not just having him in the lineup that matters. It's having him at his best. When he's at 100% health, there are very few guards in the league who can keep up with him. Truly one of the game's great young talents. And guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
Well, and for Wall, Greg, and leading the Wizards, it did take some time. Now he does so much, Clark, for the franchise. On
and off the floor. He's really the face of that franchise and has a chance, in my mind, to be an MVP candidate at some point in his career and is living up to the #1 draft pick hype.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And for the last 3 seasons, what a talented young backcourt John Wall and Bradley Beal have become. Wall drafted 1st overall, Beal 3rd in different drafts. A little lottery luck, if you will, and great scouting of these two.
Now here's DeRozan. He's coming off a 13-point game against Cleveland. And Sullinger missing.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Now Beal. Wall draws the double to the paint. The 9-foot shot. And again, Washington no good. Well, Clark getting back to Wall and Beal. They really complemented each other perfectly over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, you look at some of the great backcourts of any age over that time, and Wall and Beal right there with him. And it's good to be so young and talented, that's for sure. Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here's Wall. 7 points in the game. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down.
I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
For Washington, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. The national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for Gortat. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Markieff Morris. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Bradley Beal. And it's Burke in for John Wall. Well, for a long time, Greg, the Raptors didn't have a lot of nationally broadcast games in the U.S. Seemed like a forgotten team at times, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know what? A playoff drop is one of the ways that ended that factor. Also, the team plays an exciting brand of basketball. They're a division winner to go along with that. So you start adding those things up, and you see why the Raptors continue to get more and more coverage nationally.
How nice was that alley-oop? Those two really have a good connection.
Read each other so well. It's a play I'm sure Clark they'd love to run.
And as a receiver, though, he doesn't necessarily feel the need to go for that monster finish. Just the nice little silky smooth layup.
Here's Powell. He's guarded by Thornton. Powell kicks to Patterson. And the Raptors miss again. Wizards trail by 4. Here's Porter. Powell pulls it in.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense. Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
It's tipped and stolen by Patterson. Nice break. Here come the Raptors. Powell, the pass to Joseph. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
And I don't think there's any question about it, guys. He's got to bring that percentage up. I mean, those are the kind of free throw numbers that will get you in a coach's doghouse and get your teammates a little mad at you.
And the Wizards making a change here. Smith has checked in. And Joseph drops them both.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
Now, here's Thornton. He's got 10. This is the Porter. Screen by Smith. 5 on the clock. Burke kicks to Nicholson. And stolen by Patterson. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Stolen by Joseph. Oh, and here comes Joseph all alone. And good on the basket. Book it. Joseph's got the lead up to 8 now for Toronto. Washington's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Here's Porter. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got 5 assists tonight.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Joseph dishes to Ross. Pass to Powell. Inside, and Thompson kicks to Ross. Shot clock at 6. Patterson, the screen. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
Taking a look back over the last month, let's see how Washington stacked up in the NBA rankings. 5th in opponent field goal percentage. 6th in three-point field goal percentage. And they're in the top 10 in rebounding. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
And you look at their defense, they limit their opponents into that anemic shooting percentage because of their terrific teamwork. These guys stay on a string and really provide that help to one another when they're out there.
And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Toronto calls timeout. Here's Joseph. 6 points for him. The screen from Thompson. And Joseph kicks to Patterson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. Wizards trail by 8. To the middle. Here's Porter. That one falls, coming off Burke's feet. Burke's got 6 assists in the game.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
Now here's Joseph. Thompson sets the pick for Joseph. Rebound by the Wizards. Nicholson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Up top, Burke. Down low. And stolen by Patterson. The shot by Powell, no good.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
And Thornton kicks to Smith. Wizards passing it around. Burke can't get it to go.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
2 years ago, Utah drafted Trey Burke to be their point guard of the future. Then last year, they drafted Dante Exum. It set up quite a competition between those two.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Thornton. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he can play some valuable minutes on the wing for this team.
Yeah, and you know, when he's hot, it's really quite nice to watch. I mean, when he's cold, you simply sit him down. I mean, save him for the next time.
Getting back to the Burke-Exum rivalry last year, both young men showed some tremendous promise. Yet both shot under 37% from the field, Greg. That's got to improve.
And it will. I mean, last season was tough for both guys in terms of getting used to a certain role. But remember also, when you come into this league, a league of men, and you're that young and you haven't matured, it's going to take you maybe 2 or 3 years before you can find that consistency. And then also factor in both were getting yanked in and out of the lineup. Tough challenge for those young players as they dealt with the ebbs and flow of their confidence.
Washington's offense last year looked solid on paper, but in reality, it was much tougher to defend against. They could hurt you in a number of ways.
And the Wizards, Kevin, could get you in transition, but they could also, as you mentioned, they could get you with their half-court sets. Top 10 in field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage last season.
Now, here's Porter. He's got 7, a 3-ball. He's 4 for 6 from the field with that miss.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Thompson is doubled. Cross on the wing. Now, here's Joseph. He's guarded by Thornton. Goes up the baseline, and the rejection by Smith. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach. Driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the strike, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
And the first one drops. And he can't hit the second. Raptors leading by 6. Now here's Joseph. He's got 9. Patterson, the screen, and Joseph kicks to Powell. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so that's the end of the first half. Toronto ahead, up by 6. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kev. Coach Casey, you head into halftime with a bit of a cushion here. How do you keep up this intensity for the rest of the game?
Well, maintain the disposition. I think we got to have a tough mental disposition against this team because they're going to keep playing. They know how to play the physical game. We did a good job in that half. We've got to maintain that.
Coach, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. The second quarter was when things really came together for them, and the result is they were able to build a solid 6-point lead at the half. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, give them credit for getting out on that fast break. They made a concerted effort to run every time. Not once, not twice, every time, and it paid off in points. I also thought it wore down the defense.
And over to Shaq, your take on the Wizards.
Well, how about that contribution they got from the bench? Nice. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. I wouldn't be surprised to see him dig a little deeper into that bench. Some games you just got to go with the lineups that are working and just improvise, Ernie.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
Take a look at what Carroll's done. 10 points and 1 steal as well. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
And yeah, Clark, what an example he's been setting out there.
Raptors leading by 6. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Gortat is out there with Mahinmi, and it's Porter at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Now, here's DeRozan. Screened by Valanciunas. 6 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. And it's DeRozan missing. Wizards shooting about 42% so far. That's good from Beal on the assist from Porter. That's now 8 points here for Beal.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now here's Sullinger. They set the screen. Plenty of space. Not enough on that one as it misses.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Here's Gortat. The shot is off. Nice D from Valanciunas. Raptors with the lead. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Sullinger kicks to DeRozan. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Beal's shot is good.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second one.
The Raptors have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. DeRozan passes to Sullinger. Hits the 3-point bomb. Sullinger's got 11 points.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Wall dishes to Beal. All with it, now guarded by DeRozan. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
For Washington, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for John Wall. As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Take a look at what John Wall's done. He's got 8 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
And it easily could have been more. He's played an effective game at that end of the floor.
Lowry drives in. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the jam.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Beal. Nice D from DeRozan.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Throws it up high, and the slam dunk by Wall.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Outside Lowry. Kicks to DeRozan. Outside Lowry. The shot from 20 feet away. Can't get it to go. And Washington the other way now.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
There's Porter with the 3. Offensive rebound. Mahimi. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Now just a 2-point Raptor lead. Lowry against Wall. Lowry gets to DeRozan. Screen by Valanciunas to the middle. Terrific design on the big play, and he lays it in. Valanciunas has got 8.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Washington calls timeout. And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania, Clark, and it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with his combination of size, athleticism, and fluidity. Just a tad over-aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
And Washington making a change here. Morris is checked in. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it.
And watching Valanciunas rebound, it's clear he has all the tools. Great anticipation, really looks to box out. Strong vertical, might just need to add some strength to become a perennial 10-rebound-a-game guy.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Toronto called for the foul.
And for Valanciunas, he's been working on his defensive consistency. Last year, he actually increased his blocks per game while lowering his fouls per game. That's a big step forward in his development.
And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
All free throws good for Marcin Gortat.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline play.
Here's Beal, and DeMar DeRozan pulls it down. DeRozan's got his 4th rebound in this one. Lowry passes to DeRozan. Valanciunas with a screen on Gortat. It's DeRozan with the drive. Good work defensively by Morris.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Beal dishes the wall. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle steps for Toronto?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
That free throw good from Mahinmi. So he gets them both.
And Washington put together a good season against the East last year. Ended up with that 46-36 record, with 30 of those wins coming against the rest of the conference.
Now here's DeRozan. 9 points in the game so far.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Up top, Gortat. Sullinger defending. On wall, kicks to Beal. Here's Morris. Carroll with the rebound. Raptors leading by 5. Now the Raptors moving it up. DeRozan passes to Lowry. Rejected by Wall. And here's Beal. 10 points for him. Again the miss by Morris.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Now here's DeRozan. After Markieff Morris's miss, that's good.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook, really, when you look at how they're playing. They are having their way down low.
Now here's Wall. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. And the Raptors call time here. Washington making some changes. Jason Smith comes in for Mahinmi. And it's Thornton in for Gortat. And then for Toronto, Patterson comes in for Jared Sullinger. And it's Joseph in for Kyle Lowry. Raptors leading by 5. Joseph with the ball. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense is taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Here's Wall. It's stolen by Carroll. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 will put him in a rough, tough spot.
Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for Washington. Trey Burke comes in for John Wall. And then for Toronto, Jason Thompson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Terrence Ross comes in for DeMar Carroll. And it's Powell in for DeMar DeRozan. Now here's Thornton. He's got 10. Nicholson with the buckets.
The heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
And stolen by Thornton. And here's Morris for 3. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Burke's got his 7th assist in the game. Toronto's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Now here's Joseph. He's guarded closely. Pass to Patterson. 14 feet away. Rebound by the Wizards. Nicholson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Smith kicks to Nicholson. Here's Burke. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
The dish to Patterson. Passes it to Joseph. Ross sets a screen for Joseph. Feeds it to Ross to stop the run. Nicholson grabs the ball. Wizards leading by 3. Some firepower, Clark, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
And the Raptors with the ball after the basket by Washington. Patterson, the screen. Here is Ross. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's Nicholson. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's Burke. Toronto grabs the miss. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Powell dishes to Thompson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Here's the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been fantastic from three-point land in the last 10. The Wizards 5th.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing. That has led to wide-open, long-range shots, and that's why we see the great numbers from the 3.
Raptors moving the ball around. The pass to Powell. Just 5 to shoot. From deep. Burke grabs the miss.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Here's Joseph after the basket by Washington. Patterson, the screen. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Joseph.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Now, here's Joseph. He's got 11. To tie. Knocked away. Here's Powell, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to go on Markieff Morris. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Washington.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Porter's checked in for the Wizards. That one drops. He ties it up.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
Here's Burke. 9 feet out. Smith trying to break loose. Toronto's going to less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half.
And after an exceptional first 2 years in the league, Jason Thompson has really declined. He averaged 12 points and 8 boards over those first 2 seasons. But last year...
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Smith Good D by Thompson.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Work kicks to Nicholson. He dishes it to Porter. Screen by Smith. Here's Nicholson. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. Nicholson's got it all tied up now for the Wizards. Toronto shooting right around 41% from the field in quarter three. Now Patterson. He has 6. Top the key, Ross. Just 5 on the clock. Now here's Joseph. Bird covering. Joseph, that's good.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Now here's Burke. He kicks it to Smith. Again, the miss by Smith. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Raptors out in front as they end the third quarter on a 12-4 run. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Jamari Carroll is out there with Jared Sullinger. And it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Otto Porter, hailing from a family of basketball players. His mom, All-State in '85. His 3 uncles won state titles. Deep basketball roots.
And how about the fact several of his cousins also won state championships, although Otto is the only one in the family to reach the NBA.
Free throw good. Porter.
You know, getting back to Otto Porter's basketball family, it really prepped him to compete. Your family is the first place you learn to navigate and win battles in competition. And that goes for sports and life.
And Porter drops them both.
And talking about Porter, he certainly has worked hard to improve upon his weaknesses. That's a trait that's often instilled in a man at a young age. And he's not an explosive athlete, but his motor and want to compensate for that.
Count that one.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
And here's Wall. Up top, Porter. And Beal kicks to Gortat. No luck, so the Raptors will take it the other way. To the inside, and DeRozan. Here we go. Nice D from Wall. Wizards trail by 3. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Now the feed, the Wall. Gortat against Sullinger. It's Gortat with the try.
Forceful finish from the big.
Well, a player for that size, you'd think he'd make the highlight reel more often.
Yeah, you know, he just appears to lack an edge at times in his game. I mean, he can be too passive and reluctant on the court.
Sullinger with the bucket.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Here's Gortat.
So they're making it look easy here. I mean, they're just automatic from the line.
And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete, but he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skilled, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Dishes it to Carroll. The three. And they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
Washington's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. And Beal kicks the wall. He feeds it to Gortat. It's stolen by Sullinger. Wall against Carroll. Right side, DeRozan. They get it back. Valanciunas, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
You know, in the NBA, you got to hustle on every single play, and they're not doing that right now.
Yeah, and they're on the losing end of all these second chance opportunities.
Some good play from Valanciunas in this one. 8 rebounds and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they needed it. And really a fantastic season for Sullinger last year. Really made some leaps forward, but missed a lot of time still due to injury.
Lowry up top, covered by Wall. Carroll, no one around him. And Valanciunas kicks to Carroll. No good on the triple. Wizards trailed by 5. And Wall, here we go now. Can't get it to fall. Sullinger did continue to improve last year, Clark, but you can't ignore that he had to miss time once again.
Yeah, and you hope that he'll be able to stay healthy for a full year at some point. When he's on the floor, he's a hard matchup for just about every team in the league.
Morris is checked in for Porter. Toronto calls timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, Horizon Center, give it up for your Wizard Girls.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
During that break, Dwayne, Casey had some words for his team. He said, "We are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let up out there." We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
Outside DeRozan. Raptors moving the ball around, and he gets it to go. And that's now 18 points now for Valanciunas.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. They want things to be easy on themselves here late. Make sure he has the ball.
Oh, and here comes Carroll all alone. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And it's a 9-point Raptor lead.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
And it's Gortat finishing it off.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Screen by Valanciunas. Rebound by Mahinmi. Mahinmi's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Gortat. Kicks it to Mahinmi. In the corner, it's Morris.
Pretty early to be over the limit, Kevin. They'll have to watch the fouls from here out.
Shooting for Washington, Markieff Morris. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
Free throw good for Morris. And Morris drops them both. Raptors leading by 5. Right wing. Here's Sullinger. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Ball passes to Gortat. Now the dish to Beal. From deep 3-point range. Rebound by the Raptors. Carroll's got his 5th rebound in this one. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Back to Lowry. No good. Ball with some nice D.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending them to the free throw lines than to have them get that good a look.
Lowry dishes to DeRozan. Valanciunas with a screen on Beal. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Valanciunas has got 14 points here in the second half. Wizards trail by 7. All with it. It's tipped. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. In transition, here come the Wizards. Here's Beal. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Valanciunas with a screen on Wall. Lowry. A shot by Sullinger. Wide open. No good from outside. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2.
For Washington, Jan Mahinmi. At the line for 2.
And the first one at the line is good. He's off on the second.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a 1-possession game.
Pass to DeRozan. Sullinger inside. Mahinmi on him. And Jared Sullinger, the bucket on the assist from DeRozan. DeRozan's got 9 assists now tonight.
Well, you got to put a body on your man when the shot goes up. That's just fundamental basketball. They're giving up way too many offensive rebounds.
Washington calls timeout. Wizards trail by 6. Wall passes to Beal. Wall dishes to Morris. Nice ball movement by Washington. Fast break, Toronto. Carroll's running. Misses from close range.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Beal can't get it to go. Raptors leading by 6. And DeRozan. Here we go. Morris with the block. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Another miss by DeRozan.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
DeRozan brings the double team. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
Yeah, he'll make the walk of shame back to the bench. He gets to watch the rest from the sideline.
Trey Burke's checked in for the Wizards. Toronto's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. And Lowry gets it to go.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Passes it to Gortat. Feeds to Morris. Tries from 16. Misses off the right iron. Raptors leading by 8. Outside Lowry. And it's Carroll in the corner to the wing right side. Outside Lowry. 4 on the clock. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
DeRozan's shot is good.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
To stop the drought, Burke can't get it to go.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And the pass to Beal. Gortat with the screen for Beal. He dishes it to Gortat. Down low, he ain't stolen by Sullinger. Outside Lowry. Inside. DeRozan passes to Valanciunas. Gortat with the block. Morris against Carroll. Here's Burke. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, clearly, guys, Trey Burke is a guy who is talent, drafted number 9 overall 2013, grew up in Columbus, Ohio, went to the University of Michigan. But so far, you know, Greg, in the NBA, he's been a bit of a tweener.
And that's a great point. And part of the issue is, you know, he was a scoring guard in a point guard's body. And one thing that happens in college when you're the best player, it's a lot easier. Now when you move up to the next level, you have to change what you do on the floor to impact the game. And that's been a challenge for him thus far early in his career.
Interesting.
And, you know, going back to Trey Burke, for a guy with a scoring mindset, he has some limitations there. His field goal percentage was under 40 his first 2 seasons. Part of that is because he doesn't have the explosiveness to get to the rim.
And Washington making a change here. Porter's checked in. The Raptors also with a sub. Patterson's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And, you know, talking about Trey Burke, at his size, he needs to become a more consistent playmaker. I know he's a competitor, very successful in college, wants to play a lot of minutes in the pros, but to do that, he needs to reshape his game and I think adopt a pass-first mentality. From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Washington calls timeout.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Trey Burke. Here's Thornton, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Toronto leading by 8. Here's Lowry. He kicks it to DeRozan. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Gortat dishes to Porter. It's stolen by DeRozan. Here's Carroll. The shot no good. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Al Thornton. Nice D from Valanciunas. Now here's Lowry. The feed to DeRozan. And here's Carroll. Raptors moving the ball around, and it's blocked, and he gets it back. The shot by Lowry, no good.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's had.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Screen by Valanciunas. Here's DeRozan. Rebound by Mahinmi. Mahinmi's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Anderson against Porter, and a missed layup.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
And it's Lowry penetrating. Got a hand on it. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. And the Wizards making a change here. Burks is checked in. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. And Valanciunas kicks to Lowry. Like at 6. Dishes to Patterson. Tries to snap the cold streak. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. And the Raptors lead by 11.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Toronto.
Agreed, Steve. One of the areas that has been critical for them, Clark, the second chance points we've seen from them tonight.
Huge factor. A lot of hustle leading to buffet style on the glass. Plenty of seconds.
I wish there was a buffet after that effect right here. Steve does too, I'm sure. And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
Your hope is to take charge of a season series by winning that first game. This will put them up 1-0 with 3 games still left to play this year against the Wizards.
Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Valanciunas. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got. And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quiet.
And there's not a whole lot for them to be cheering about anymore. I mean, their guys got it handed to them.
Now, here's Lowry. Burke covering. Lowry with the ball. And so it's Toronto winning this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, you were able to impact this game on both sides of the ball, making some nice passes, playing good defense. How did you feel about your game?
I just want to stop the basket. You know, I want to do anything it takes to win. You know, help my team win. You know, tonight, you know, was passing the ball. My shot wasn't falling, but you know, I had too many turnovers, but I passed the ball well, and we got the win. That's all that matters.
Kyle, thank you. Kevin, it's not only about the offense.
All right, Doris, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the post-game show.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Jonas Valanciunas.
This guy's efficient. He don't believe in taking bad shots. He's all about the high-quality shots. It makes him a powerful presence in the low post, and he can impact the game on the defense end, too. He takes a lot of pride in protecting the rim.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.